we go. All right. Yo, what's good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man, Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with a live stream. And today we are trying out DCS, which is short for Digital Combat Simulator. This is a free-to-play game with, I guess, simulated combat on land, sea, and air. I've monkeyed with this a little bit today, and my flight stick does work on here. At least the joystick part of it does. I think I still might have to get a little deeper into the game so I can set up the throttle and all that good stuff. But more than anything, I wanted to take a look at the graphics of this game because it's got a pretty big file. The file on this game is about 75 gigs. And one of the outrageous things about this game is that although it's free to play, the items that you purchase on this game can cost anywhere from 10 to 100 bucks, which is just insane. But I figured since it's a free-to-play game, it couldn't hurt to take a look at it and see what we got going on here. I haven't participated in... the only thing I've really done so far is the free flight. I monkeyed with that for a few minutes because I wanted to see the graphics, because when you got a file that's 75 gigs, I don't know. I would like to think that it would have some decent graphics. So I'll let you guys see, and that's why I'm streaming it. So I do have the chat turned off. At the conclusion of this, I will come back and check the chat. I don't plan on this being a very long stream. When I played it earlier, there was a little bit of jank. You know, that it had a couple of hiccups. Normally with a lot of VR games, especially like racing games, for instance, the inside of the car, the graphics are incredible. It's razor sharp, it looks realistic. It's the environment outside of the car that those graphics don't measure up with the inside of the car. So I somewhat expected to see that on this game. And at first glance, the graphics were pretty good as far as the land goes, and as far as the inside of the plane goes, you know, the graphics were good, but you know, the instrument panel on there, the instruments didn't really look like they worked. You know, it was just more or less just looking for design. You know what I mean? But one of the things I did notice with this game was there was some pop-in when you fly kind of low. And I deliberately crashed the plane. And as I got closer to the ground, there were trees or bushes or something that popped up on the ground. And the graphics on those didn't look very good. If this plane would have had the double wing in the back, it would have had some similarities to an F-14 Tomcat or a F-15 Eagle. See, disclaimer: the manufacturers and intellectual property rights owners of the vehicles, weapons, sensors, and other systems represented in DCS World in no way endorse, sponsor, or otherwise involved in the development of DCS World and its modules. So yeah, this does take a while to load too. My PC does meet the specs required to run this game, with the exception of the RAM. 16 gigs of RAM is recommended, but 32 gigs of RAM is recommended for heavy missions. And I have no idea what this is going to look like through OBS. So at the conclusion of this stream, I'll have to go back, take a look at the replay. And if you guys don't get a full screen the way I'm getting here, then I'll have to go make some adjustments. Also, I think I'm going to end up having to walk back some of the things I said about Dirt Rally 2. Thanks to you who tuned in to that stream earlier today. And a big shout out to JD Max, who gave me some advice on how to use the Oculus mirror. So the next time I stream that game, you won't get the double lenses. I don't know how that happened, but once in a great while, it will happen with a game or two. Also, this game is flat screen or VR. So let's go ahead and fly. So let's grab my flight stick because I'm going to use my flight stick for this.
Basic aircraft handling or just explore the area. There are no threats.
Oh, I guess the instruments do work. And you can choose with this game, I guess the controls are supposed to be relatively easy. So you can choose to use a flight stick or your touch controllers. The reason why you see those two hands sitting right there floating in the air like that is because I have my touch controllers sitting on the table in front of me. If I grab them, you'll see my hands right here. I can choose to use those instead of the flight sticks, but I'm just gonna leave them there, just kind of ignore them, act like you didn't see them. So I guess the graphics inside of this plane isn't too bad. I mean, now that instrument panel, like some of the numbers on there isn't razor sharp. Matter of fact, let me grab right here. Right here, I can see well enough, but right here, this is a little bit blurry. Right there is a little bit blurry. These instruments. Even the buttons and switches all along here are kind of blurry, but I don't know. I guess if I don't need anything that's blurry, if I don't need it, I'm not going to worry about it. So the only thing that's working right here, right now, is the flight stick. The throttle's not working. I don't know if that's something where it's not activated during free flight, or if it's something that I'm going to have to go into the settings and. Now, way up here, the trees and stuff like that, it doesn't look too bad, but when you look out there into the distance, holy shit, does that look real. There's another plane right up there. So I will use my hands to point. There's another plane right up above us. So I will use my touch controllers to point. Let's get a little bit lower and see what some of these buildings look like. Still too high above them though. So yeah, look, you know, those graphics didn't look all that great. So yeah, looking at those trees down there, they look like paper cutouts because I'm flying low enough that I don't know if you guys can see them from here, but those trees look like paper cutouts and they're popping in. You know, I'm noticing some pop in. So a game like this would be a good game though to have the HP Reverb, the G2, with that 4K resolution, because I'm getting 1440 out of this. Let's see if we can catch up to that plane. Oh, got a little janky on me. If he flies too high, I'm not going to chase him down. In fact, let's head over to this. Let's climb a little bit higher. Alright, looks like we're starting to level out, because I took my hand off this flight stick and I'm letting it level out. There is a mission in this game where you can take off from a carrier. Looking down there, see the road, see buildings over there. So, despite those trees looking like paper cutouts, Void Citizen has invited you to a party. I'm a little stuck right now, so I will catch him afterwards. If you happen to be watching this stream, Void Citizen, I'll catch you afterwards. But it does look peaceful up here. So, but there is a dogfight mode. I haven't explored the land or sea part of this game yet, and I'd imagine there's going to be a lot to learn. Private Echo. Oh, well, I'll check in with you after this stream, Void, and see what's going on. But yes, it is very peaceful up here. Here, let me grab a finger. Let me grab my pointers. But when you're on an actual passenger flight and you're about this high above the ground, this is usually when you're starting to, when the plane is starting its descent and getting ready to come in for a landing. And then, I'll look at the roads and see if I can identify some cars. Especially like when I come back, when I fly back into Grand Rapids, because I know the area surrounding our airport. Our airport here is Gerald R. Ford Airport, named after President Ford because he is from Grand Rapids, East Grand Rapids to be exact. But when the planes come in for a landing at Gerald R. Ford Airport and I'm on the plane, I recognize the surrounding area, so I'll just like point out buildings. Hey, that's that building. That's that building. Here, let me look over the top of this plane and see the nose. I don't know what that is. See what buttons. See what I can grab. Okay, that's the throttle right there. I hear it. So I'm using this with the move controller. So I like that I can use a combination of a move controller and a touch controller. So I don't know what this was. Well, the plane started to tilt. Plane's headed for the ground. Okay. Now it's going into a little bit of a nosedive.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка. Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка.
And I am slowly descending. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. Even if I could read this, whatever this says right here, this is all in Russian anyway, because I'm on a Russian fighter jet. Let me see what that is over there. Being that I'm in free flight, I mean there is a multiplayer on this game, but I'm wondering if you could come across air-powered demo. So I wonder if you can come across live players in this game, even in free flight. Because I'm going to try to fly low enough to see what's going on down there. Because all this Unit 008, Unit 001. I think one of them looks like a plane that might have crashed. Alright, let's climb back up a little bit. Flatten out about right here. Well, turn around. Even though being that the game started me out in free flight. So yeah, I definitely got a lot to learn about this game. So I'll still tinker around with this thing, and they're actually headed my way. Pilot 050. Pilot 51. So I don't know if those are live people or not. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Sorry, this was probably a boring stream. This is only like my second time taking a look at the game. The first time I took a look at the game, I kind of wanted to get a feel for what might be going on before I try to stream it live. And so I'll tinker around with the game again, and then the next time I do a stream, hopefully I'll either be doing a dogfight multiplayer, or I believe you can take off from a carrier on the game. So assuming I can do all that stuff without having to pay for stuff, then I'll give it a try. So but if this is all I can do, then that'll be it, because I'm not buying any of this these items on here, because they are ridiculously priced. So with that being said, I am going to boogie on out of here. I definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in. And as I fly over the peaceful skies of Wakanda, I will holler at everybody later. Wakanda forever. And I guess I can't do the deuces, so I'll just, there we go. We'll do it like that. Later, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.